I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. And this is an exclusive Patreon only membership videos where you will get some interesting takes on Vedic astrology, some interesting learning on Vedic astrology, which I can usually will not upload on general YouTube platform. So that will help me grow as a channel, and that will help me take care of the cost of production of this YouTube channel and the other two channels that I have, Punneit Astrology Hindi and Lifetime Soul. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there.
Well, hello seekers, welcome to Punneits Astrology, your one-stop astro channel, and this is a quick video I wanted to make on a few planetary movements and few transits that will happen after 17th of September 2021. And this is certainly a unique placement of planets, especially with respect to the Earth sign. And if you can see on the screen, on 17th of September, almost all the planets are in the earthly signs. 3 planets in the sign of Virgo, 3 in the sign of Capricorn, and 1 in the sign of Taurus. Certainly, this is going to create a lot of changes, especially if you are one of these 3 moon sign or ascendant, and or if you have prominent planet in these 3 zodiac sign, then this is the kind of placement where you are getting mostly affected. Now, what is exactly happening here? Now, if you see on 17th of September, Sun will make its move in the sign of Virgo. I'm going to make another video on that. Mars and Mercury are also going to be together for a brief period of time. Mercury, Sun, and Mars will be in the same house, in the sign of Virgo. Mercury will be in the Swagrahi state. On the other hand, Saturn and Jupiter, they both will be retrograding in the sign of Capricorn. Now, for a very long period of time, see, the planets which are slower to move will stay in the sign of Virgo, in the sign of Capricorn, and in the sign of Taurus. Let's see what happens around 22nd of September. So around 22nd of September, if you observe, Sun and Mars will be together, but Mars goes combust. Mars is already transiting in combust position since mid of August, and Saturn and Jupiter will be together in the sign of Capricorn, and Jupiter will be entering into the Dhanish Nakshatra. It is retrograding and it will continue its retrogradation for a month. Rahu, on the other hand, will be in the 9th house. So definitely the 5 planets are there in the sign of Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, which defines the family, which defines the career, which defines financial position, which defines the solidity and the ground in which our life stands on. All that experiences some really tough position here. On the other hand, Mars has a very unique placement, because Mars, being in the sign of Virgo, has to obey the Sun because Mars is actually combust. Also, one of the zodiac sign of Mars will have Ketu, and the other zodiac sign of Mars will get the 8th aspect of Mars. This means that maybe you will have too much of wishes and desire, but this has to be killed because of a intervention of a higher power, and this higher power can be anybody, your family member, your event, your circumstance. So this is true to all, especially Virgo ascendant or Virgo moon sign. This intervention of higher power is going to be a dominant theme, and for all the other zodiac sign also you will experience, especially if you are an Aries ascendant or Aries moon sign, because for you this Mars is placed in the 6th house. Now, for my Mars transit effects, I have already made a video. You can watch that video. The link is in the description box below. So you can watch that video for analysis on how Mars will behave. But exactly see what happens. 5th from Mars, which is actually the wisdom of Mars and wisdom of Sun, there are 2 retrograde planets. That means there is a lot of hesitation going on. Now, with Jupiter getting into the house of Capricorn and Jupiter getting debilitated, this is definitely going to produce some negative results because Rahu is now aspecting the sign of Capricorn, and there is a war between Jupiter and Rahu going on. Now, Rahu is obviously trying for resource. Rahu is aiming for the resource. Rahu is fighting for all the assets that can be made available to it. But on the other hand, Mars is rendered helpless here. So you may also feel helpless, especially if you are a person with a very powerful Mars in your chart. That then also, because of the combustion, you can feel slightly helpless. So it's kind of affecting globally. It's kind of affecting everyone. But few zodiacs are being affected more than normal. Also, if I see a combined retrogression of Saturn and Mars in the sign of Capricorn, also means it will make us revisit the karma that we have already done. So you may have to rethink a lot of things, reevaluate the scenarios. Maybe you'll have to go to the past to correct your mistakes. Going to the past means we'll have to actually find out what wrongs happened in the past, and then you will have to correct. This is self-evaluation also, and because Mars is that weak, no matter how much you will try to correct that with force, it will not. So patience is very much needed. However, a retrograde Saturn with an aspect of Rahu, and Rahu's aspect on both Mars and Saturn can actually create a lot of trouble, especially in the global scenarios. There can be a lot of power struggle. This can inflate the unnecessary ego and can actually be detrimental to the society. This is detrimental to the situation that we live in. So the dharma can actually become adharma, because from the perspective of Sun and Mars, Mars can't correct the mistake of the Sun. It has to fight the war the Sun will ask him to do. And Rahu being in the 9th house, it's a war for resources. So you will have to, in your personal life, assess the situation, because you may take, or you may want to apply a shortcut to get into a situation where you will be able to successfully fulfill your desire. Maybe you will want something, you will want to achieve something. It's a goal, it's an ambition, it's an object. But how you try to reach to the position is very, very important. How you try to reach to that position will actually define your character, will actually define the future set of action, especially the action that are now controlled by Shani, because Saturn is not going to remain retrograde for the entire life. Saturn will get direct soon. So this is definitely a power struggle scenario. So you will have to be very careful, and the best way is to speak politely. Mercury and Venus in the 2nd house is actually the only saving grace here. So till the time the planets becomes direct, try to maintain peace, try to maintain calm, try to avoid any unnecessary conflict, try to avoid any unnecessary show of ego. This also means that unnecessary attempts to buy something that you don't need can also drain your finances and put you into debt kind of scenario. This is a time perfect that can create your debts that you don't need. So both karmic debts and financial debt should be avoided, and you should also clear your karmic debts in this time frame by understanding your horoscope, by trying to figure out what is exactly happening in your horoscope and how can you actually repay the debt. Donation is the key in this time frame. Also, on the other hand, the role of moon is also going to be very crucial. See, these three are the earth's sign, and earth is what? Earth is something that holds water. Water makes the soil fertile. So if this earth has to be productive, if this planetary position has to give something, the role of moon is very much crucial. So whenever moon will cross these three zodiac sign in the transits, those will be the days which are most important, and don't make any decision on that day. Those days are actually for analysis, for self-reflection, and the best way to handle this transit is to be selfless, because Ketu is in the 3rd house. But on a negative side, Ketu, 3rd from Sun and Mars and 11th from Saturn and Jupiter retrogression, means that you may take wrong measures. This is blind measure. This is like experimenting with what you have, experimenting and then trying to figure out. It's like going to the battle without even any preparation. Now that can have any outcome, and then you will regret the outcome that will happen. This is the entire planetary position only till mid of November, when Jupiter will actually get out of the sign of Capricorn, and you will find much needed relief. For Jupiter, I am going to make another video which will come in a couple of days, but this is a quick analysis which I wanted to give because of this kind of malefic planets placed in the Earth's zodiac sign. So you need to have that patience and don't lose hope, because positivity is always on the card. The remedy for this is always remember God is the sun, not any human. When God is the one that keeps your Mars combust, that means you are humble. So being humble is the key, showing gratitude is the key. Pray to Ma Mahalakshmi and chant Vishnu Sahasranam. That will help you a lot. So that was a quick brief input that I wanted to give. If you like this, do not forget to subscribe the channel if you're new to the channel, and also comment your views in the comment section. Share the videos among family and friends so the views can reach thousands of people. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, namaste.